Do you travel with your pets and often wonder if they're safe when you're away from your RV? Well, today I want to talk about a device that could change your life. So let's get into it. Hey, this is Jordan with Make It a Super C, and today I'm going to be talking about the Waggle. So the Waggle is a 4G device powered by Verizon that allows you to monitor the temperature, humidity, and power from your RV, all from your mobile phone, even while you're not there. Son of a... Used to. So this is going to be an unsponsored, unbiased review of the Waggle. I'm going to talk about the goods and the bads of the Waggle. But hey, first, if this is your first time here, give us a subscribe, like the video, and come back for more in the future. So let's check out the Waggle. Have you ever stayed in the campground before and your power go out? Whether it's the breaker in your RV or the breaker at the campground, it happens from time to time. So what happens whenever you're away and your pets are there by themselves and the power goes out? Fact is, there's really no way to combat against that until now. So I was always concerned of leaving our pets in the RV whenever we were away, and I figured there had to be a better way. So I got on the interwebs, started doing some research, and that's when I found the Waggle. And the Waggle, like I said, is a 4G device, connects to Verizon, so as long as you have cell signal wherever you're at, it's able to communicate with you. Now it's going to alert you whenever there's temperatures outside of the range that you set up, humidity's outside of your range, or the thing that I really like is if you lose power in your RV. You'll get an alert on your phone, whether that's through text message or email, you're able to set that up. So first I want to jump over and show you a little bit about the Waggle, what it's going to cost you to get set up, and talk about the goods and the bads of it. So let's check it out. The first thing we're going to look at here is the Waggle website. This will probably let you see the first disadvantage of the device. It's not cheap. As you can see, there are two different models. The 4G GPS model and the 4G Lite model. Now the only difference between the two, other than $100, is that the GPS model has a built-in GPS and an LCD display. I went to the Lite model because I don't see any benefits to the GPS model. I'm using this in my motorhome, so I already know where I'm at, and I don't need the GPS location. Additionally, if I want to look at the information on the LCD, I can just open up the app on my phone and get that same information, and I'm ready to go. At the time of this recording, as you can see, the Lite is listed for $199 and the GPS is listed for $299. However, I've included a link below to Amazon where they are a little bit cheaper on there. So you can see the Lite is $139 and the GPS actually is a little bit more expensive on Amazon, but $219. Now, unfortunately, the cost of the device is just the beginning. Once you get the device, you still have to get a subscription on it. So let's take a look at the current subscription models. So they've set up the subscription model where the longer you subscribe, the cheaper it is per month. Additionally, they require you to subscribe to at least a 3-month plan for $20 a month. Personally, I think this is a little ridiculous. Unless you're a full-time RVer, you only need this thing when you travel. I would much rather see a month-to-month model, even if it costs a little bit more. That way you're not paying for a subscription a month, you might not even use the device. Personally, I actually ended up going with a subscription for 1 year, $150, making it $12.50 a month. But after paying almost $200 for the device, I really didn't want to pay another $150. But I had to get the subscription, and that was the one that made the most sense to me. I really think this is an area that Waggle could improve on. Okay, so now that I'm past the cost of the device, I have to say this device is truly phenomenal. Outside the cost, there are just a couple of other negatives, but nothing that compares to the positives. So now let's jump over into the app and check that out. Now that I have the app up, you can see the first negative. It only runs in portrait mode. So here I'm actually running the app on an iPad, but it actually runs really well on the phone, and that's actually how I use it. I actually only installed it on this iPad for this video. So at the time of the video, you can see that I'm at 87.42 degrees Fahrenheit. I just plugged this up and I'm in a pretty warm room, so you can see that it's outside of the safe range that I have defined. If we were at a campground right now, I'd be getting a notification and text message every few minutes to let me know that the temperature is outside the range. So if my pets were by themselves in my RV and the temperature got up to 87 degrees like it is here, I would know about that no matter where I'm at. I could then leave where I'm at and go check on my pets, make sure that they're safe and sound. The other thing you probably notice on the screen is that it says the alerts are off. Here is what I would say is the second negative of this thing. I cannot find a power button. The only way I've found to power off the device is to let the battery run out. Well, it has an 8-day battery life, which is great in many cases because if you lose power, you definitely want this thing to continue to function. But whenever you get home and you're ready to turn it off, you want the alerting to turn off. The only way I found to do that is to go into the app and turn off the alerting itself, and then allow the device to lose power over the 8 days. The issue here is that whenever I go on my next trip, I have forgotten to turn the alerting back off, and I get halfway through my trip and realize that I'm not getting any alerts. Now, luckily, the couple of times this has happened, I have actually checked the app manually just to make sure everything was okay, and I noticed that the alerting was off well before anything got out of hand. If you happen to have this device or know a way to power it off without letting the battery run out, please let me know in the comments below because I would honestly love to know. So let's check out the settings of the app. So if I go into settings and then I go into the settings of the pet monitor, this is where I'm going to see the different settings. The first thing is the temperature unit, determining if it's reported in Fahrenheit or Celsius, and then my alerting. So you see that I have all of the alerts currently turned off because I'm at home. However, all I have to do is hit this one switch, turn on all of my alerts, and then it'll automatically start alerting me based off of this interval I have set down at the bottom. So right now I have the temperature alert frequency set to 10 minutes and then my power loss alert frequency set to 1 hour. So if it gets outside of the range of the temperature, every 10 minutes it's going to send me an alert, and that can send it to up to 5 email addresses or up to 5 mobile numbers with text message. If I lose power, it'll also send me an alert every hour. Now, this frequency is how often it continues to alert you. If it gets outside of the range, it's going to alert you immediately whenever it realizes it. Or if it loses power, it's going to alert you immediately whenever it realizes it. Same thing for the various settings you see below here with the different ranges for my min and max temperature, min and max humidity, and then the low battery threshold is another alert that you can get. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn these alerts back off. That way I don't get those now that I am at home. So that's really all there is to it. I'm going to go back to safety, and this is the screen that I normally keep it on. You can see that the temperature has dropped now that it's set in the room a little bit longer, and I am within the green zone that I have set up. I set my temperature, have a max of 83 degrees. Now in my motorhome, 83 degrees is getting warm, but it's not in any way, form, or fashion a danger zone. And sometimes in the summertime, even with the air conditioner running, it will get up into the 80 degrees. So I always want to make sure that, I'm within a safe zone for my pets, but also not getting an alert after alert whenever I don't need them. So even though I pointed out a few negatives about the device, it really is a great device and we don't leave home without it. I love the comfort in knowing that our pets are monitored anytime that we're away from our RV. Again, if this is your first time here, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up on this video, and stop by, and we'll see you down the road.